Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. So today we're going to learn how to sear a steak. And a big takeaway of this episode is that we're going to keep things very simple. So here I just have some kosher salt and some fresh black pepper. And that's all what we're going to use for our seasoning. So we're keeping it very simple because we want to taste the steak and the beefy flavors, and we don't want to drown out those flavors. So yeah, just flip your steak over and repeat that on the other side. And in the USDA standards, beef is graded on the amount of marbling or fat in the cut of beef. USDA Prime has the most marbling, choice is right in the middle, and select is the most lean of the bunch. So the more fat tends to mean more tenderness and flavor because of the extra fat, but it depends on your preference. USDA Prime is also a little bit more expensive than choice or select. And remember to season both sides and get every corner and crack of the steak that you have. Try to get that maximum coverage. And now that we have our steak and it's seasoned generously, let it sit for at least 30 minutes to overnight in the fridge. We do this step because we want the salt to draw out some of the moisture inside to get a nice outer crust. Because if the meat is damp, you're going and you put it in your pan, the steak will steam instead of develop a nice outer crust. And here I have some broccoli because we want to create some balance between our meat, vegetables, and our carbs. And I have my olive oil, just about a tablespoon and a half, just to coat the bottom of the pan. And I am also going to get some butter. This is going to be for our finishing butter garlic mixture at the end. It's going to create like a nice, really tasty sauce with the rendered fat, butter, and the garlic. And I have my broccoli stems, the tougher part, because it's a little bit thicker, so I'm going to let that cook first. So get your cast iron heated up and about medium high, and put your steak in. And don't be afraid to use your ears. A lot of cooks tend to just cook with their eyes, but when you hear the sizzle, if it's sizzling more rapidly and a little bit louder, it's probably means you just put it in there. But when it's closer to being done, the sizzling will settle down and it'll be less frequent and not as loud too. So we got the butter ready, we got our garlic ready, we have our vegetables cooking. Life is good. And there's different techniques for what people say is the correct way to cook a steak. Some say to flip every 90 seconds, and others say to flip only once during cooking. But do whatever works for you. I've tried both of those techniques, and they both work equally well. But yeah, for both of those techniques, just remember to also render the fat cap and get all of the sides to get the even heat distribution and color throughout. And once your steak is cooked to your desired doneness, internal temperature scale, I'll have a scale up later, but I'm repeating the steps that I did earlier with these extra sticks that I had. I'm going to cook all of them. But so rare, yeah, for the internal temperature scale, rare is at around 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Medium rare is at around 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Medium at 140. Medium well at 150 and well done at 160 plus. And here now we're gonna toast our garlic. Just make it golden in our rendered fat from the steaks. And we're gonna put our butter in. And we're gonna do this while our steak is resting. You want your steak to rest for at least 10 minutes before eating. You could baste in the pan while the steak is still in there, but I was cooking multiple, so I did it all at the end. And just do this over low heat. And use unsalted butter because you want to have more control of the saltiness of your dish. But if you have any herbs like sage or thyme, that would also work well. And you would do it when you're melting that butter. But yeah, let it sit. Eat with some vegetables and some potatoes or something. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope you try out some of these techniques for yourself. Thanks again.